Hi, welcome to Fishing AZ. Alright, so on this episode we're going to be talking about what's been going on these past 2 weeks, about pretty much what we've been targeting. The winter bite is in full swing. It started off real hard. We were coming up on pretty much absolutely nothing. We had a few bites here and there. We landed a few small fish, a few alright decent fish, and then we progressed on and we started doing really well. So I'm going to go from the top. The first video I'm going to play is I was actually working on a suspended largemouth. I think it was probably about 3.5 pounds, 3.5, somewhere around that if I had to guess. But I threw a jig on top of him and I got smoked the first time. And the only reason why I'm not recording right off the bat is because I just finally got the eye on. So I'm going to be hopefully doing some footage this weekend. But as I was saying, that fish hit me on the drop and I missed him. So I didn't get to smoke him. So I reeled back up, I gave my buddy my phone and I said, watch this, I bet you I can get him on video. So as I dropped down, you see me twitching. I set the hook on him and I lined him pretty quick too. A lot quicker than I thought. And so that was that. And then throughout the week we've been getting, I got one 5-pound largemouth, missed a few. I missed one that was probably pushing 8, 7 or 8. He came on pin. But then we started flipping jigs, and then we started hooking on a lot of stripers in our spots. And it's quite funny because when you catch these fish, and if you do decide to keep them and you cut them open, you'll find that they have no crawdads in them at all. But yet they're smoking the craw jigs. So it's kind of weird. The fish in Lake Mojave are just, I don't know. They're kind of, I think they're sickly. I don't know. There's something wrong with the stripers. The largemouth and smallmouth, don't get me wrong, they're fine. But the stripers, there's something going on with them. We still catch some fat fish, but a lot of them are very anorexic. And I've never seen it before. But yeah, we'll roll this this video right now, and you get to see that largemouth caught.
Figure this out apparently. That throwing a 1/2 ounce Strike King jig with a jackal craw up on the back, and beautiful toss her back, pre-spawn fish, nice fat belly. See you later. Sweet.
All right, so back to what we were talking about. We were fishing all the jigs and whatnot. Eventually, that bite just totally quit out. It got way too cold. We had a big cold front coming that it was pushing 30 degrees. And in the desert, when it hits 30 degrees, everything just shuts down, except the stripers. Now, for some reason, like I was telling you, they're anorexic, some of them. Some of them are very big and pugnacious, but there's a lot of skinny fish. But they've got to feed. They're really hungry. They're just going after whatever they can get. And you could throw big trout swim baits in there, and even though there hasn't been trout in Lake Mojave in 30 years plus, they're still in tune to that. Well, lower Lake Mojave anyways. And so we went out. It was super windy, super cold. We went to our dam, the dam spot, and the wind was blowing so hard you couldn't even get 10 feet out, so we said, where should we go? And we thought about it, and we have this point that comes all the way into a back cove, comes out. So we went back there, and we were making a few casts, and we were just using like sub walks, and we were using smaller gizzard shad like glide baits and whatnot. And my buddy got one that was like 2 pounds on a sub walk, and he threw it real back real quick and whatnot. And saw him throwing out, and finally decided to switch up to my 200. Now it's missing a hook for a reason. I'll tell you about that later on. So that's the 200, and that's what we were using. Well, I was using. And I'll tell you about why the hook's missing off of this one in a minute. But I decided to throw this on, and I slammed my first fish right off the gun. And then it kind of got slow. We weren't really getting much, so we went home. Come back the next day, we went out. It was supposed to be a quick mission, and we were working vertical at the point, and all of a sudden I get drilled and I miss it, and I just see this giant splash, and it was probably a 10 to 15 if I had to guess. And we kept fishing, and my buddy ended up landing an 8. And then we kept fishing. I missed like 4 or 5 more fish, and it was done. It was over with. And I don't know what to say. You know, we all have our bad days. That was one of my bad days. But I had the day off of work the next day. We went back down and slayed it. And it was one after another on this 200. I mean, it was getting murdered. And I'll show you again. That's when I lost the hook to, like, I don't know, it had to be a 20. It broke my fucking hook off. But yeah. That's the bait. You can see all the scar marks on it, everything. It was an owner ST66 hook. It broke. But yeah, the average was, I would say, 8 to 15 pounds was the average. But we're gonna roll some pictures here and let you guys check out all these nice fish and whatnot. And like I said, bites starting up. Like Mojave's kicking out some nice fish. Definitely time to start bringing out them big baits up there and start fishing.
Yeah, buddy, check this out, YouTube. Woo-wee! That's what's up.
Yeah, boy.
Catching tankers tonight.
Tankers, man.
Yeah, buddy.
Tankers.
Let's get that release.
You got enough pictures, right, Robbie?
Oh, yeah, we got plenty.
I got plenty of pictures.
Swimming away, baby, for another day.
Get some screenshots, too.
Heck yeah.
Can you send me that video, too, for my YouTube?
Oh, yeah.
As well? Ready?
Flash. Oh, yeah, baby. Nice. What a take. Catching double digits tonight.
Biggest one of the year so far.
Yeah, there she goes.
Oh, that's fucking great.
Sweet.
Where's she going? Alright, so now you guys have seen the video. So that was from that fish and whatnot. But now we'll move on to other stuff. So I'll continue on to what we did and you know, the fish we caught. So we were working probably about the 3rd day in. I fished all night long. My basic layout is just an enticer jig. I trim off the weed guard. You don't need it. I'm just fishing rocks and whatnot, you know, and docks. So I trim that off and I put on a jackal craw, 3.5 inch craw. And so I'm fishing around the docks and doing whatever I can. I missed one fish like right off the get-go, and that was it. It's real cold. Nothing really wanted to bite. So we decided to hit one more area where I've caught big fish before, and I was praying, you know, hoping that something would bite, and sure as hell something did. I ended up hooking up onto a nice one. It was probably about 5.5 pounds, if I had to guess. Just thick. I mean, he was probably only 18.5, 19 inches long, but just, I mean, just built. From the head to the tail, everything was just built. So that was a good one. That was the one that made that night. And then I went with George. Follow his channel, it's Mr. Flip. We went out the next night and we were flipping around with our buddy Robbie, and George hooked up first. Like the first 2 minutes in, he got a largemouth. It was probably about 2.5 pounds, 3 pounds. And then Robbie hooks up on about a 2.5 pounder. And me, I'm still getting skunked. I hadn't caught nothing. And so then George has this trout glider lure, and I don't know, I wasn't really feeling it, but he said, you know, try it out, you know, and so I tied it on at the launch ramp and I threw out, and I'm just twitching around, joking around, being stupid and whatnot, and then I get hit, and I set the hook, and George is still thinking that I'm joking around. He's like, stop messing around, but I'm like, no, I'm actually hooked up, and I thought it was maybe like a 5-pound striper. It ended up being a double digit, and he was probably about, I want to say, 34, 35 inch, and it was just, it made the night. And then we moved down a little bit, we hit the docks, and I threw some more jigs, and I ended up hooking up onto a largemouth. It was probably about 2 pounds. So that was pretty much what ended the night. And I'll show you some pics right here of some of the fish that we were getting. So I hope you guys enjoyed our episode today, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that bell if you want to see more of our future videos. And we're always up to listening to your guys' feedback. So anytime you guys want to, you know, click down on the comments and leave us some of your ideas and what you think. We'll see you guys next time.